This is Mona Shores High School. State Champs starts right now.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughrazor.com for details. Ball Equipment, your Polaris Superstore since 1944. And Clintondale Virtual School, your flexible education starts here.
Okay, a little math here to start the show. This is the 5-time Emmy Award-winning State Champs Sports Network, and you are tuned to our flagship show. Welcome to State Champs. We're presented by Lawrence Tech. I'm Lauren Plant. School is in session for all. No, I'm not rubbing it in. We celebrate high school sports here.
Lauren is absolutely right. I'm Stephanie Funkhauser. We have action from all over the state this week, north, south, east, and west. Lots of football and volleyball will be our main event.
That's right. We're on the hunt to discover who will be our 8th Hungry Howie's Mr. Football winner. We have a big shakeup in our top 10. Plus, you'll meet our winner from 2010. He was a dream team quarterback from a powerhouse program. What's he been up to since graduation? It might surprise you.
Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to our first group of high school highlights.
Opening game of the KLAA West Division, so that's where we will begin. The Heartland Eagles donning the red, white, and blue on 9/11 to help Livingston County veterans. They took on the unbeaten Howell Highlanders. Howell this season running 2 offenses, the single wing and the spread. Nice job of running here by the veteran QB Brett Chaperon. He'll find the end zone and a 7-0 lead early. In the first 2 weeks, Howell really dominated both Monroe and John Glenn, and this was their own aerial response. Chaperon finds Trevor Wetzel over the middle. They went on to win 45-27. They remain perfect at 3-0. Let's go to the Flint area now, where we welcome in Ryan Slocum.
Thanks, Lauren. Davison looking to improve to 3-0. Carmen Ainsworth hoping for its first win. CA up 14-0 at the half. Jalen Lewis slicing through the Davison D. He takes it in for the score to make it 21-0. But the Cardinals then come to life. Brendan McRill keeping it himself. He crosses the goal line to get the Cards on the board. Then in the fourth, Jordan Cooper adds another touch, cutting that lead down to 7. The Cards have a chance to tie it in the final minutes, but the pass is tipped and picked off by Kaylin Jones. Carmen Ainsworth gets win number 1, 21-14. In Saginaw Valley Blue action, Saginaw Heritage took on Midland Dow. Chargers with it in the third. Bruce Mann to Devontae Stein, who climbs the ladder for the score. That would start the running clock. Later, Mann drops it off for Josh Rietma. He makes the great cut and takes off, coming right to the pylon and into your living room for another touch. Dow delivers the shutout, 42-0. On to the KLAA, Grand Blanc hosting Milford. Huge night for senior quarterback Zach Leadham. His first TD pass of the game goes to Blake Bogan. Leadham was 30 of 34 for 433 yards and 4 touchdowns. Grand Blanc wins 49-7. Now let's head to the Lansing area to Kevin Gale.
Thanks, Ryan. Heavyweight fight on opening week in the CAAC Red. St. John's visiting undefeated Mason. Third quarter, Mason down a few. Not for long. The coach's son, senior quarterback Jared Van Havel, goes to the house. 65 yards later, game tied at 21. No secret about the St. John's offense. It's ground and pound. Wings give it to Blake Stewart on the doorstep. St. John's up 7, and St. John's pours it on. Stephen Linton is so fast, he has to stiff arm his own guy. Another 65-yard score for St. John's. The Red Wings take an early advantage in the Red Division, 48-28 the final. Elsewhere in the Red, look, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's, Superman? DeWitt leading Waverly 14-6. Although it's hard to tell, scoreboard not working after getting struck by lightning. And then in the third quarter, lightning strikes again. Waverly forces a fumble. Lucas Leak takes it to the house. Waverly cuts the DeWitt lead to 2. We're still in the third. Waverly back to punt, but DeWitt throws a block party. Cade Scar grabs it, nearly takes it in, and J.D. Ross finishes from there. League favorites in the red division. The DeWitt Panthers win at Waverly 35-12. Now to the CAAC Blue, Lansing area showdown between Everett and Okemos. Early on, Okemos quarterback Luke Stagg slithers in for a 7-0 lead. Then in the second, with Okemos up 10-7, Everett goes to DeAndre Taylor. Wearing number 8 like former Spartan TJ Duckett, runs it like TJ2, 14-10 Vikings lead. Then Kenneth Schmidt at quarterback for Everett, over the middle and through the woods to Leandre Wright. Everett collects the win, 33-24. I'm Kevin Gale. We'll have more football later in the show, but now let's send it back to Lauren for the Ultimate Sports Blitz.
We start the Blitz with boys soccer. Mac Blue showdown. St. Clair Shores, Lakeshore, and the Marauders from Warren Mott. With a win, Lakeshore and Red will find themselves 5-2. Picking up first half. Senior forward Trevor Tobias blasting it into the strings. Shoreans up 2-0 after the first. But back comes Warren Mott in the second half. Jeffrey Togweiler's shot through the Lakeshore defense into the net. That tied the game up at 2. All Mott the rest of the way. This is just moments later. Brendan Roble with the tally. Warren Mott went on to win by a 4-3 final. Victory number 3 on the season. To the pool for boys water polo. We cover it all. Battle of Ann Arbor, the Skyline Eagles facing Pioneer. Ranked second in the state, Skyline down in the Whitecaps and looking to beat Pioneer for the second time this season. First half, senior co-captain Ryan Vandermeulen has the ball in front, fires and fills it. Eagles led 4-3 at halftime. Pioneer coming in ranked 4th and battling. Final quarter, off the whistle, the senior Cole Magoon puts it into the back of the net. Pioneers down 8-7 with under a minute to go. But the Eagles would pull it out. Vandermeulen, wait for it, booyah! Skyline beats their rivals from Pioneer 9-7. Let's go back to the west side of the state and my homie, Ryan Terpstra.
Thank you, sir. Holland Christian ranked number 7 in the Division III tennis poll, facing league foe Hudsonville Unity Christian. We begin in first doubles. Danny Jensen serving for Unity against the team of Mark Glover and Elliot Behrens. Glover gets the winner as the Maroons swept the doubles side. In number 2 singles, HC's Ryan Rhodes in the far court facing Unity senior Alex Broke. Rhodes, with the nice return, forces the mistake, and the sophomore would win in 2 sets. First singles was a chance to see one of the best players on the Lakeshore, Maroon senior JP Avila. Battling Unity's Matt Workman, Avila with the setup and gets the finish. Holland Christian stays undefeated as they take all 8 games from Unity Christian. We finished the Blitz on the links. It's the second OK Bronze Jamboree of the season, and teeing off in the first group for Wayland was Allie Martis. She measures the putt on number 3, drains it, and the Wildcats finished in 4th. Hastings came into play leading the conference, and Samantha Slatkin wanted that to continue. Great putt on number 2, but the Saxons had to settle for second place. That's because last year's 8th place finisher at States followed the lead of Nicole Hookwater. The senior carded a 41 for her squad, and Grand Rapids South Christian wins the OK Bronze Jamboree. I'm Ryan Terpstra, and that's it for the Ultimate Sports Blitz.
Kyle Bogey with this week's Recruit Report. And we begin with a big basketball recruiting story. Of course, talking about 2016 U of D Jesuit point guard Cassius Winston. He narrows his list to a top 3 of Pittsburgh, Michigan State, and also Stanford. That, of course, cutting Michigan from his list. Long thought to be one of the favorites alongside the Michigan State Spartans. Well, that's not going to happen. He had a visit issue, so he was going to take a visit to Michigan State, also a visit to Michigan, decided to put off that visit to Ann Arbor. So the Michigan basketball coaching staff basically had to make a decision, either let another point guard visit in that 2016 class or put all their eggs in that Cassius Winston basket and wait for him to make a decision. They chose to do the opposite, and of course they pick up a commitment this week from 2016 point guard Xavier Simpson. So the Wolverines moving on very quickly in that one. Simpson's still a great talent, number 55 overall player in the 2016 class, number 12 overall point guard, 5'10", 155, 160 pounds, great floor general. He's going to need to improve his outside shooting once he gets to the college level. Either way, that gives Michigan 4 commitments in that 2016 class. A couple of football recruiting notes this week as well. Dalen Hayes made a visit to Notre Dame for their win over Texas. And drew rave reviews. Also, it looks like he could take a visit to Ole Miss this upcoming season. That according to Scout.com's Alan True. And one other football recruiting note, cornerback Lavert Hill picks up a new offer from USC. This week's Recruit Report, I'm Kyle Bogey.
What's up, State Champs Nation? I'm Rosalie, and I'm out here in Troy at an early season volleyball quad. All those highlights later in the show. But first, we had a shakeup with our Hungry Howie's Mr. Football list. Stay tuned to find out who is added. That's all coming up right after the break.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
Yes, all right, Ziggy, yes, that's how you sell flavored crust.
Who's this guy?
Well, this is Ziggy. He's actually a brilliant marketing mind.
That's my job.
Yeah. Ziggy, tell him your idea.
What if we give away free stuff when you order online?
What a dumb idea.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everyone gets a free medium pizza on their next online order with coupon code FREE1. Now that's an idea.
Hungry
Howie's! We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table. When we sit down together, we share our expertise. You've got a legal problem, we know you need relief. Advice that you can trust, that's why people come to us. We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
This week we go in focus to another one of our past Mr. Football winners and how football has continued to shape him into the person he is today. For Michigan State's Tommy Vento, playing football at Farmington Hills Harrison was full of experiences he will never forget.
Friends is what it was, and then winning a state championship was really just the cherry on top of everything. I had a great coaching staff, and Coach Harrington, Coach Herstein, Coach Thorne, everybody. Couldn't really ask for a better high school situation.
In addition to winning a state championship, Vento was also the winner of our Mr. Football Award in 2010.
The whole state champs crew came out and gave me the trophy, and it was pretty humbling more than anything, just out of the state of Michigan for all the great football players and all the great talent that we have to be awarded with that.
And now at Michigan State University, Tommy continues to be surrounded by talent at a school he always hoped he would one day attend.
But then in high school, you watch the games, and I loved Coach D'Antonio, and I love the way that the Spartans always represent themselves and the way they play, and I love the green and white, and so it was really kind of a no-brainer once I started talking to them that was the place I wanted to be.
And while maybe Tommy has not played as much as he hoped for at MSU, the friendships and lessons of football will be with him forever.
I got to play with friends in high school, and I got to play with my brother, and I got to play with a bunch of guys who went on to do other things, and I really couldn't imagine what it'd be like if I didn't have that. Not that football necessarily shapes my identity as a person, but it's helped shape me too now. And the discipline and the hard work, but also the triumph that we've had on and off the field. I think from high school to college to wherever it takes me afterwards, football has definitely been a part of what I am today.
For State Champs, I'm Stephanie Funkhauser.
Well, we've been talking about our awards earlier in the show. Always our Emmy winner, Tom Markowski. Of course, here was State Champs Network. Well, it was great to see Tommy Vento. He really was an award winner for us. He really was, give me that back, a great high school quarterback. Tom Markowski, of course. What impressed you the most about his senior year, talking about Tommy Vento?
Well, his leadership, because he had a lot of studs around him, if you recall. You know, all those great players at Harrison, but they were all juniors. You needed that senior to be that leader and to take charge in the huddle. That's what every great team needs.
Absolutely. Big changes in our Hungry Howie's Mr. Football race. Now, this is not easy, people. It takes a lot of thought as to who leaves and who stays. 2 are leaving, Michael Onwayu from Cass Tech, Michael Jordan from Plymouth, but they very well could be back. Who are we adding, Tom?
Kyle Thomas, the quarterback out of Walled Lake Western, and David Reese, the linebacker fullback out of Farmington. Now, both are having great season. Both teams that they play for are 2-0. I had a chance to watch Kyle Thomas earlier this year. I took a trip with Walled Lake Western out to Lowell. He was outstanding. They had an easier time last week against Salem, and his numbers weren't that good, but he's still putting up great numbers throughout the season. Now, David Reese, talking to John Bechtel, the coach at Farmington, he said he's just blowing up out there. He is the fullback. He's leading the way for the to tailback in that offense, and he's also one of the top linebackers in the area going to Michigan.
Absolutely. Scott Bernstein calls him David Reese the Beast. All right, our reconstructed top 10 is also on our website. Vote for your guys at statechampsnetwork.com. It matters.
All right, we are getting close to 10,000 followers on Twitter. It's simple. Just follow us at StateChampsNet, and you'll get all the news going on across the state in high school sports. Now, are you ready for some more football? Because I am. It's all coming up next right here on the original High School Sports Show.
It's time to ride, Michigan. The Polaris Factory authorized clearance is going on now at Ball Equipment. Shop our huge inventory of Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides with up to $1,400 in rebates on 2015 models of the Sportsman, Ranger, and the industry-leading RZR XP 1000. Ball Equipment provides personal service from 2 family-owned locations, or visit us online anytime.
Ball Equipment, Michigan's Polaris Superstore since 1944.
SnapCamp is Metro Detroit's original Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer, and we're still making the best deals every day. During the Chrysler Anniversary Celebration, lease a 200S for $139 a month for 24 months, or a 300 Limited for just $199. Celebrating 25 years of giving customers a superior buying experience. That's SnapCamp on Telegraph Road in Redford.
SnapCamp, Metro Detroit's original. SnapCamp.
Can't wait until Sunday to get your high school football fix? Relax. 10 to 11 p.m. every Friday night, tune into the State Champs High School Football Radio Show on Detroit Sports 105.1. Tom Markowski, Scott Bernstein, and me, Lauren Plant, bring you the latest scores and breaking news. We'll take your calls, tweets, and emails. You can listen online or download the app. Great interviews, top-notch analysis, and all the latest scores. It's the State Champs High School Football Radio Show every Friday night from 10 to 11 p.m. on Detroit Sports 105.1.
Clintondale Virtual School offers students accredited Michigan high school courses in just 8 weeks or less year-round. Students can retake failed classes to improve grades or just get ahead by taking courses in advance.
I retook my English course and it improved my GPA.
I was able to take a class that my school didn't offer. It lets me work at my own pace, and I don't have to stress about asking questions all the time because those things make me nervous.
Get a second chance to get ahead. Go to ClintondaleVirtualSchool.com to enroll today.
We're Rockford High School, and it's time for more football. Let's go! BBN! BBN!
I'm Ryan Terpstra, and it is time for more football. Muskegon Mona Shores hosting Rockford. Opening kickoff of the game, Tyler Bradfield of Rockford catches it, heads to the sideline, breaks a tackle, and just like that, he is gone. 92 yards, Rams on the board first, 7-0. Mona Shores answers right back and then some. Tyler Trovinger from the 4-yard line hits Doris Roberson. He gets into the end zone, and the Sailors led 14-7. Rockford turns to their kicker, Quinn Nordine. We profiled him last week. Check out this boot. Tons of distance to go. That's from 51 yards and makes the score 14-10. Just before halftime, Trovinger fires over the middle, Roberson wide open. That score gives Shores the 11-point advantage at the break. And they would only add to it from there. Trovinger throwing the back shoulder fade to who else? Roberson. Touchdown number 3 helps Muskegon Mona Shores to a 31-10 win over Rockford, their first victory over the Rams since 1993. Now, to finish up the football fury, let's head up north to Jeff Johnson.
Thanks, Ryan. We'll start in the Highland Conference with the last 2 unbeaten teams, Pine River at Beale City. Bucks Mason Powell capping off an opening drive with a keeper from 3 yards out, putting Pine River up 6-zip. Powell again looking to provide the Bucks with offensive spark on the ensuing drive, but Beale City swarming him, dragged down in the backfield by Tucker Gross. Still trailing 6-0 late in the first quarter. Aggies respond in a big way. 27-yard touchdown pass, Gross to Brad Moore. Beale City goes on to win 41-20. In the Jack Pine Conference, Sanford Meridian looking to run its record to 3-0, visiting Beaverton. Mustangs Christian Petrie busting loose down the far sideline. 49-yard TD, 6-zip Meridian. After recovering an onside kick, the Mustangs go right back to work, this time Petrie finding Matt Hoffman for 6. 2-pointer is good, 14-0 Meridian. Beaverton finally gets the ball and they respond on 4th and goal. Nicholas Hartner hitting Hogan Hayes on the fade in the corner of the end zone. Meridian wins 48-28. Finally in the Big North, Petoskey and Cadillac both looking to bounce back from losses. Petoskey's Garrett Lenteigen around the end, stiff-arming his way into the end zone, 7-0 Petoskey. Northman going back to the ground because that's what Northman do best. Brett Murray up the gut, in for the score, 14-0 Northman. How about one more from Petoskey? They had a lot tonight. One more from Murray, too, just 1 yard out. Petoskey rolls 38-13 for the victory. For the Football Fury, I'm Jeff Johnson.
Time for this week's look inside Lawrence Tech.
The Quest program gives you the opportunity to pursue your passion in music, art, science, or literature outside of the classroom. It's a great way to try out a career you might be interested in.
Oh, okay.
You can choose your own project as well as the Quest guide you'd like to work with. And when you graduate, your Quest experience can really make you stand out with the employers and grad schools you want to impress. Here are some examples of past and ongoing Quest projects at Lawrence Tech. Synthesizing contrast agents for visualizing articular cartilage with the Orthopedic Research Laboratories of Beaumont Hospital. Investigating the biologically active compounds in the fluid of carnivorous pitcher plants. Staging, directing, and acting in the play Arsenic and Old Lace. Studying the recall mechanisms of sound in working memory. Studying the effects of laser illumination on gold nanoparticles. Developing and designing the video game Operation Fire Rescue. Exploring electrode materials for the advanced lithium-ion batteries with the General Motors Technical Center. Quest gives you the chance to change your life, and just maybe, the world.
To learn more about things that you can do outside of the classroom at Lawrence Tech, head to ltu.edu.
We wrap up the show after the break with our main event, an early season volleyball quad out in Troy that features some of the best teams in the state. So don't touch your remote, because state champs will be back in a flash.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your nonprofit organization can sell paper pizza certificates that your customers can redeem for one medium pizza at participating Hungry Howie's locations. Go to doughraiser.com to learn about, sign up for, and order everything Dough Raiser. Request a Dough Raiser kit for your group today. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
Clintondale Virtual School offers students accredited Michigan high school courses in just 8 weeks or less year-round. Students can retake failed classes to improve grades or just get ahead by taking courses in advance.
I retook my English course and it improved my GPA.
I was able to take a class that my school didn't offer. It lets me work at my own pace, and I don't have to stress about asking questions all the time because those things make me nervous.
Get a second chance to get ahead. Go to ClintondaleVirtualSchool.com to enroll today.
Welcome back to State Champs. Our main event this week takes us to the volleyball court in Troy.
Four teams putting it on the floor and testing their wits in this early season solid quad. Host school Troy, Farmington Hills Mercy, Romeo, and the Flint area's Mount Morris duking it out. Let's start with Troy as they took on Mercy. Colts in the near court fighting hard. Kelsey Moeller sends it wide to Jessica Robinson. That's a smackdown right there. Now the Marlins, who were state quarterfinalists a year ago, having to do some serious retooling this year. 4 starters gone to graduation, but so far, so good. Junior setter Elizabeth Susitko to Colleen Hadley, up, over, and down. Mercy won this match in 2 straight. The Romeo Bulldogs coming in the defending Class A state champions. They met Mount Morris, currently ranked number 1 in Class B. Romeo in the far court, they bring back one of the early favorites for Miss Volleyball. Her name is Gia Malona. Here, the Maryland recruit killing it. Bulldogs take game 1. Mount Morris responded after a good rally. Madeline Clark gets it to Summer Bruce. The smash. Panthers sending this to a deciding 3rd game. We had a seesaw affair the rest of the way, both teams wanting it. Mount Morris's Madeline Clark will feed one of the best hitters in the state, Sarah Tabbitt, down the line. But Romeo would prevail. Bree Ollie to the junior Peyton Klein. The push will find the floor. Bulldogs win it 2-1. Overall, this quad went Mercy's way. All the momentum with the Marlins versus Romeo. Mercy Junior Bella McDonald, the winner. Marlins sweep Romeo. Needed 3 games to close out Mount Morris. Hadley coming through with another winner. Marlins go 3-0 at the Troy Volleyball Quad. Look out, they're playing like champions.
So we're here bringing you this kind of Emmy Award-winning coverage every week, all school year long, and it's about to get bigger and better.
Beginning October 4th, State Champs moves to an hour. Twice the highlights, in-depth stories, all of it, ×2.
That's right. Keep the ideas for games and stories. We've got a special email just for you, idea@statechampsnetwork.com. Study hard and play harder. We'll see you next week on State Champs.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughrazor.com for details. Ball Equipment, your Polaris Superstore since 1944. And Clintondale Virtual School, your flexible education starts here.